Houston survived Syracuse 78-74 in overtime. Emmanuel Sharp had 26. He hit some ridiculous shots in overtime, Matt. And then Milos Uzan, 26 points, 5 assists. That backcourt, they didn't even really get all that much from Kingston Fleming, so I think has probably been their best guard so far. So, Matt, what do you make of Houston? Are you worried at all after seeing them struggle, down the stretch? They blew an 11-point lead in the last 3 minutes, which is like the most un-Kelvin Sampson-like thing a team can do.
I don't know that we can ever say that we're worried about Houston, especially since what they've done, even like since they joined the Big 12. Like, are we worried? Okay, it was a one-possession game against Auburn. Okay, this game came down to the wire a little bit. That they gave away a lead. If you're Syracuse and you're Coach Autry, you're sitting here saying, guys, we just lost to the number 3 team in the country, and we went 12 of 29 from the free throw line. Like, we should have won the game. We went 12 of 29 from the free throw line. We should have won the game. I'm not worried. The thing about Houston is, and this is not the case, and Norm can speak to this because he's been in the league with them the last couple of years. Guys, let's just get to March. Let's get to the Final Four because we're going to get there, right? Like, we're going to get there. With Milos Uzan and Emmanuel Sharp, like, we're going to get there. And Sharp's so good. He goes for 26 tonight, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. He is outstanding the way that he plays the game. Like, guys, we'll be fine. Let's just get there. And I know that's not the mentality in that locker room, but that's also the human nature piece of it where, hey, let's get to Big 12 play. Like, we'll be fine. Let's get to the NCAA tournament. We'll be fine. Like, we're going to get to the Final Four. Like, that's that human nature element. But, I mean, they've been in some close games. This was a close game again. But I look at it on the other side in terms of Syracuse. Like, this was a statement win. And they had every opportunity to win this game. And to see what they did at the free throw line, if you're Coach Autry, you're like, man, that's one of those nights where you stay up all night as a head coach. And you're like, man, we should have got this one. This would have been a big one for us, and we should have gotten it. I look at it at that side of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the hard part, right? Like, is his feeling? Are you upset because are you probably sick to your stomach because you feel like you should have won this game, or are you sitting here happy and excited because like all this stuff that we did, like it's there?
No, you're not happy and excited. No, you're sick to your stomach. You're sick to your stomach. There's nothing happy and excited about it. There ain't no moral victories, especially when you're the head coach of Syracuse. Like, there's no moral victories. Like, the standard is Final Fours and national championships. So you're sitting up, you're up all night saying, we should have had this one. Now we got to respond. We got to get back to work tomorrow. But you're sitting there like, man, we had this game won. Like, this should have been ours if we made free throws.
Yeah, well, as the UConn fan here on this podcast, I must make sure to correct you and say the standard for Syracuse is national championship, singular, not plural, McCall. They got the one. Just gotta fact check you on that. National championship.
Okay, so Final Fours. Final Fours.
There you go. You can have that one. Norm, is it true that that you decided to retire because Kelvin Sampson came into the league and you're like, fuck it, we're not going to be able to win any more Kansas?
No, that wasn't the reason why. But I would tell you one thing. I think they've got a great program, and I would differ a little bit with what Matt said. I do think Red Autry will go back, and he is sick to his stomach. But I do think he's going to go back and sit down with his guys and say, hey, guys, we got something here. I think we got something here. I think we got a chance to be pretty good. I think he will say that. Now, he is sick to his stomach because he had a chance to win that game. But I think he'll feel that, hey, we got some guys that I can get in a foxhole with and that are pretty tough. And I think we got a chance to do some good things. But I do think this about Houston. I think Houston is very good. I think they're an excellent team. But they have got to get consistent scoring from their front court. They're going to have to get that. And I know Tugler is not a scorer, but either by throwing him some lobs setting them up where he's getting some angles, those type things to score. That's going to be important for them because they're going to need something for him because you cannot ask Sharp and Uzan to play the way they play tonight every night because they made big shots, big plays. You knew the ball was going to be in their hands at the end, and freshmen are going to be freshmen, So CNAC does nothing, and then he goes on an 8-0 spurt where you're like, oh my God, he's the best guy in the gym. Fleming obviously has played great these past few weeks, but he's going to have some ups and downs. They're probably also going to need somebody else coming off that bench to maybe help them in some ways too, because that's going to be important for them. But I thought, they made big shots. You knew Sharp was going to make big shots. You knew Uzan was going to get to his midi or he was going to make a big shot. But you can't expect them to do that every single night. And I guarantee you, the other team they're playing is not going to go 12 for 29 from the free throw line on every single night that they play.
Norm, that's a great point too. Like those two guys taking 32 shots, like somebody else, like for them to win the whole thing. And we're talking national championship, right? They're a possession away from winning the national championship last year. But for them to win the entire thing, those two guys can't take 32 shots. They got to find somebody else. I'm with Norm on that, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Roberts, don't put it back. Roberts was really, really good. I mean, they beat us at Kansas when they were making no shots, and all they did was throw it to that guy on the elbow, and he drove it left 98% of the times. And for whatever reason, he was able to get that ball up and go score. You know what I'm saying? So he was really good. And Cryer was tough to guard because he was constant movement, he was fast, and he could shoot it from 30 feet. So he was hard to guard. So now you're asking Uzan and Sharp to do all those things. That's going to be tough for them to do every single night because I don't really think that's in their DNA, who they are.
Well, what I was going to ask you is that I feel like this group specifically is a little bit different than the past teams because it used to be like you would have the point guard and then you'd have two shooters that they would kind of run around and then you would play them with the two big guys, right? And it feels like this year with Flemings and Uzan, you have two guys who kind of need the ball to be more effective. They don't just have two guys that can run off of screens. Is it a little bit of a different look with this Houston group? And does that matter, I guess?
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right because Fleming likes to have it and Uzan likes to have it in his hands. But that does also make them dangerous too because they can get downhill and they can attack. And Fleming is so athletic. So I think it's just a different way of playing. But, last year they had some guys come off the bench. I can't remember the kid number 8's name who played great for them at the end of the year, who was a really good player for them. And then Arsenault played for them. So they had a couple of guys who were able to come off the bench and give them, 8, 9, 7, 8 points. They could do that. They're really not getting that from anybody yet.
Was it Malik Wilson, Norm?
Yes. He was good. He was so good. So when Sharp wasn't going good, they played Malik, and then Malik would shoot it well or get to mid-range, and he was a great defender too. So that's something that they're missing. They need that.
So I just got word from go ahead, man. Make your point.
They need that 100%, but they're also still number 2 in the country in total defense. Giving